descent for man. 1 giant leap for mankind.
Forgot to turn my mic on. What's going on, everyone? I'm glad I caught that right away, though. Welcome to the SpaceX CRS-27 resupply mission, the International Space Station launch mission. I'm your host, Kevin, from Ohio. Let's go ahead and go small screen so I can do the roll call. Okay. All right, from Ohio. Here we go.
We're the Manchester United Fan Club from Ohio.
Where are you guys from? Make sure you let me know. I got 2 additional sound bites. That's why I was a little late starting this stream. I needed to get those into the OBS. We'll see if you can guess the states. So go ahead and tell me where you're from. We got T-minus just under 4 minutes till this launches, then we'll go big screen again. JR, thank you so much for the super chat, bro. Man, you are too kind. Good evening from Perry, Oklahoma. Thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in with me this evening. It's 8:30 p.m. here in Eastern time, so it's evening for me. I love you guys. You guys are so good. Thanks again, JR. New Hampshire. I don't have anything for you, New Hampshire, but I do have America, so I'll go ahead and do the America soundbite.
What, is this a communist country or something? I thought this is America.
North Carolina. Ohio, I thought you were from Texas. No, I'm not from Texas. I've been there before.
I pulled him out of a place on Midgard called Texas.
Thank you, Andy in Alaska. We got an Andy in Colorado. We got an Andy in Alaska. A whole bunch of Andys. Thank you so much for that tip. Appreciate you. Andrew Brown, what's going on, Admiral? Norfolk, Nebraska, New Zealand, New Jersey. I don't have a soundbite. Wait. I have a lot of Dumb and Dumber soundbite clips, and I think they're from New Jersey, I think. Maybe not. No, they're from Providence, Rhode Island, I think. So never mind. I don't have anything for New Jersey. Ontario, what's going on? Ontario, I do have something for the Canadians in the chat.
Welcome to French Canada.
No, this is not a Starlink launch. This is a resupply mission to the space station. CRS-27, launching in just over 2 minutes. Mike Clark, what's going on, Master Chief? John Randolph, Boca Chica local. Mike Clark's the member of the chat here. Andrew Brown, I got you. The UK, love this soundbite.
You sound like you're from London.
Russell Brand. Keith May, what's going on, man? BFR Mabe. John's having a chocolate shake for lunch. Scrolling down. Yep, Euro trip. You got the Ohio soundbite. There's Colorado right there. Here's a new soundbite for you guys.
Someplace warm. A place where the beer flows like wine.
He doesn't actually say Colorado, but he's getting to Aspen, which is Colorado. I just really like that that soundbite, so I'm using it for Colorado. A little place called Aspen. Utah, what's going on? Montreal, I already played that soundbite for you. Chicago, Chi-Town. Florida, Michigan, what's up, neighbor to the north? I still have one more new soundbite, but nobody's from there yet that I've seen. Scotland, what's going on with Scotland? That's my Scotland accent. It's very bad. So this is the 7th mission for this booster. We're going to turn the volume up here in a second. We're going to go ahead and go big screen. 7th mission for this booster. 3rd mission for the Dragon capsule itself, the cargo capsule. And it will be landing, the first stage booster will be landing on a Shortfall of Gravitas drone ship on the Atlantic Ocean. And the capsule will rendezvous and dock at the space station on Thursday morning. Okay, pumpkins. Let's turn the volume up.
NASA and SpaceX's 27th commercial resupply mission.
All right, we are live this time. And it's NASA is hosting this stream, really, so that's why it's in 720. Your tax dollars at work.
T-minus 10, 9,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power. And liftoff of CRS-27. Go Falcon, go Dragon.
Honorary headbang.
Falcon 9 soars off the launch pad. Dragon now on its way to the International Space Station with important new science experiments and crew supplies.
Stage 1 chamber pressure is nominal.
At T+40 seconds, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from historic
Power
launch
and
complex
telemetry nominal.
39A in Florida. We're now coming up on our max Q in about 20 seconds or so, which is the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure the vehicle will go through during its flight.
Sonic. Max Q.
And there's that call out for max Q. Coming up next are 5 events back-to-back. First is main engine cutoff, or MECO, which is when all 9 of the Merlin 1D engines on the first stage will shut down. After those 9 engines shut down, the first and second stages will separate, also called out over the nets as stage separation. Then the first stage will flip. Then the first stage will flip around to make its way back to its landing site, the drone ship named A Shortfall of Gravitas. The second stage will then ignite its Merlin vacuum engine to boost Dragon to low Earth orbit during SES-1. And the last event is the boost back burn to reduce velocity of the first stage in preparation for atmospheric entry. And this whole sequence will take place over about 30 seconds or so. Now we should be hearing that call out for main engine cutoff in about 20 seconds from now.
Look at the plume.
Wonderful tracking shot of our rocket.
The plume thins out as the rocket increases in altitude because of the pressure of the atmosphere is less dense, less pressure. It's thinner atmosphere, so those molecules spread out. Keep the Dragon camera.
MECO.
No.
Stage separation confirmed.
Earth is looking very black tonight.
Back ignition.
Stage 1 boost back startup.
And there's all of those callouts for those milestones. So we had MECO, stage separation, a stage 1 flip, second engine start 1, and the start of the partial boost back burn. While a boost back burn is normally performed in order to return the first stage to one of our landing zones, here we are just performing a partial boost back. This short
Mesmerizing.
burn, possible due to payload weight, will allow us to recover the Falcon 9 booster much closer to the coast and shorten the drone ship's journey back to shore by about 1.5 to 2 days.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
And there's confirmation of boost back shutdown.
Doing a boost back burn for a drone ship landing.
A live webcast for the 27th Commercial Resupply mission to the International Space Station for NASA. This is space.
I wonder if this is maybe has something to do with SpaceX eventually giving up LZ-1 and 2. Maybe they're practicing their boost back burns for drone ship landings because they won't be using LZ-1 and 2 in the future. Selling those back to NASA or something, just not renewing their lease, I guess. Let's talk more about that on Friday's episode.
The second stage, and you can see that MVAC engine there. As a reminder, today's mission marks the 7th flight for this Falcon 9 booster, which previously supported the Amazonas Nexus mission, SES-22, iSpace's Hakuto R Mission 1, and 3 Starlink missions. Now, in order to make its way back to our drone ship, A Shortfall of Gravitas, it has 2 more burns to execute. The first is the entry burn, where 3 of the Merlin engines, engines 1, 5, and 9, will reignite. This helps to slow the stage down as it re-enters the upper part of the Earth's atmosphere. The second burn is the landing burn, and this is a single engine burn, engine 9, that brings the vehicle's speed down rapidly in order to land on the drone ship. Now, occasionally on your screen, when the booster is visible, you may see some nitrogen gas bursts, and these are used for attitude control as the booster makes its way back to the drone ship. Falcon 9 is also equipped with 4 hypersonic grid fins positioned near the top of the first stage. And once in the atmosphere, Stage 1 is only using the grid fins for steering as it makes its return to Earth. These titanium grid fins will orient the rocket during re-entry and guide the rocket during descent. And
BFR Beavers, what's going on, man? Thanks for that super chat, man. Appreciate it. Locals members, I do have the locals chat open. Josh M. Bama, chips and homemade salsa. Concourse back in the chat. Keith is there as well. He's in 2 places at once. What's going on, Mokes? Drinking tea and eating cookies on the east coast of Canada, eh? Good to see you guys. Yeah, so this announcer guy, he sounds familiar. Is he the same guy as the same new guy from the last live stream? He was also saying that the reason they're doing that boost back burn is to land keep the drone ship a little bit closer to the coast, so they don't have as far to take the booster when it lands, which makes sense. But they are, I guess, not renewing their lease of LZ1 and 2. What's going on, Caribbean? I did see that we have a California in the chat. We'll get to that soundbite here in a second. California.
Stage 1, entry burn shutdown.
Now, as we get closer to the first stage landing, it's good to note that the Falcon 9 first stage is equipped with 4 landing legs made of state-of-the-art carbon fiber with aluminum honeycomb. And these are placed symmetrically around the base of the rocket and deployed just prior to landing. If successful, this landing will mark the 178th time that we've recovered a first stage booster, including both Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy missions. And we're about 15 seconds or so away from landing. The vehicle is traveling about 1,600 kilometers per hour. And this really puts into perspective the deceleration of the rocket. In the span of less than a minute, we'll have reduced from twice the speed of a jet all the way down to 0 as the rocket lands.
Let there be light.
Stage 1, landing burn.
And there's the start of that first stage.
Lick them clouds, booster. Yeah, tasty.
Stage 1, landing leg deploy.
Gotta adjust the contrast. Can't see them. Look at that soft touchdown. Please clap.
And there you saw the Falcon 9 first stage successfully land, and you can probably hear the cheering behind me. The Falcon 9 first stage that supported today's mission landed for the 7th time, having previously supported Amazonas Nexus, SES-22, iSpace's Hakuto R Mission 1, and 3 Starlink missions. Today's landing also marks the 178th successful landing for an orbital-class rocket. As mentioned previously, today's recovery operations are being managed by an all-female recovery team, and this is a really cool moment for the industry and SpaceX.
Wow, all-female recovery team.
There's that call out that stage 2
Women power. We must announce it, because that's what empowered people do, is announce their empowerment. It's powerful to do that. Derp. Yeah, apparently somebody didn't learn anything from that bank that just went solvent. Go woke, go bankrupt.
There's that
literally.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And there's the key call out of nominal orbital insertion. At T+9 minutes into the mission, we are coming up on the last major task for stage 2, commanding separation of Dragon a couple minutes from now. We expect to have video of Dragon separation from the top of the second stage, which looks into the trunk. CRS-27 will be joining the Crew 6 vehicle, currently on orbit, so we'll be back to having 2 Dragon spacecraft docked at the International Space Station.
Expected loss of signal. Okay.
As for cargo, today we will be delivering more than 6,000 pounds of science, research, crew supplies, and vehicle hardware to the orbital laboratory and its crew. To date, SpaceX has sent and brought back over 270,000 pounds of crew and cargo to and from the space station. As a reminder, this is the third flight for this Dragon capsule, having previously supported CRS-22 in June of 2021 and CRS-24 in December
United
of
States
2021.
Space Force payload right there in the external cargo bay, depressurized, so there shouldn't be any rats in it or anything. I hope not, or they're going to be kind of stiff when they get to the space station.
From the second stage, it has 16 Draco thrusters, each with the capability to deliver 90 pounds of force, and those will be used for maneuvering. There are 4 pairs of 3 thrusters spaced evenly around the capsule, as well as 4 forward bulkhead thrusters underneath the nose cone. Now, notably, Dragon does not have super Draco thrusters, seats, or life support systems, as it is not carrying crew, and this saves on weight, space, and also allows for a faster refurbishment time. And while initial designs of Dragon carried solar arrays extended outward from the trunk, the cylindrical structure located directly behind the Dragon capsule, the current Dragon has these arrays fixed directly to the trunk, and you may see at some point both a light and dark side of the trunk, and that dark side is actually those solar panels, and the light side is a radiator to help cool the spacecraft.
Standing by for the Dragon with its trunk there that you're looking at right now to deploy from the second stage and begin its coast to the space station.
Once the Dragon capsule reaches the ISS, it will be able to autonomously dock using its navigation sensors, centerline camera, and light detection and ranging equipment.
They got, yeah, that's some expensive junk in that trunk.
Also good to note, the Dragon capsule is connected to the trunk beneath it via the trunk claw and connects thermal control, power, and avionics systems components between the trunk and the capsule.
Tell you what, this man is very thorough. He's always saying something. Good for him. He's doing his job, I guess. Wait for it.
And if you're just joining us, you're watching a live view of Dragon successfully disconnecting from the second stage, heading to the International Space Station. This is the 27th commercial resupply mission to the International Space Station for NASA. This is SpaceX's 17th mission this year and second Dragon flight to station for 2023. We lifted off about 12 minutes and 23 seconds ago from Kennedy Space Center at Historic Launch Complex 39A. And there you can see Dragon slowly drifting away from the second stage. The next milestone coming up is the nose cone opening sequence, which protects the docking ring and navigation sensors. And that's going to do it for me here in Hawthorne, so I'm going to throw it back over to Dan in Houston.
No thanks, NASA. We'll keep it up just in case they show the GoPro footage of that nose cone opening. I think they did that for the last crew mission. I don't know if they'll do it for this one. But speaking of NASA, I don't know if you guys saw this headline from, I think this one's from earlier today, but when I saw this, I was just like, this is like typical NASA trying to be hip and cool, like Elon Musk. Watch, look at this. This was their standard unit of measurement for this asteroid. Massive asteroid about the size of, out of all things, 69 American alligators. Really, they just had to do that. They just had to do that. We'll pass by Earth Tuesday. NASA warns. I couldn't help but like cringe and feel embarrassed for them. Yeah, anything but metric, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Into the void it goes. I would prefer, personally, crocodiles. Check this out. This is another thing I wanted to show you guys. So it's cool if you go to spacex.com/lunches. Not launches, lunches. You can see in real-time update of the location of the capsule. And where'd it go? There it is. It's down here. It's down here now. The International Space Station. I don't know how it got down there. It must have flown down there. It floated down there. Again, it will rendezvous and dock on Thursday morning with it. It's about a day and a half from Meow. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I thought that was cool. And as promised, I got to play my second new soundbite for the Californian in the chat.
California. Beautiful.
I love me some Dumb and Dumber. I think they mentioned like every state in that movie. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight for this one. And I'll catch you back here on Friday for SpaceX in the Nude episode. Okay. Until that time, Godspeed.